What's poppin', y'all? I don't think DJ Khaled will ever be able to recover because Drake is on his head top. With the release of Iceman, Drake decided to throw some bars DJ Khaled's way. And he would say, "And Khaled, you know what I mean. The beef was fully live. You went halal and got on your deen. And your people are still waiting for a free Palestine. But apparently everything is in black and white and red and green in the song Make Them Pay." So this circles back years ago to September, actually, of 2023. So Khaled here was doing a walkout with Drake and announcing, you see, I have 2 Drake songs on my new album coming 2024. And Drake was cool with Khaled at this time. But what would happen in 2024? Well, we know what would happen. Like that would drop and the beef would ensue. So for 2024, Khaled was nowhere to be found. He went quiet. You know, he does like to use the lion a lot, and lions do sleep for 20 hours of the 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken. So he decided to take a little nappy nap while Drake was getting demolished in the beef and also getting destroyed reputationally by the entire industry. And when he needed people the most, they were not there for him. But when Khaled felt like things had quieted down, he decided to make an announcement in 2025, that is. And he would say, "Alam of God, come in 2025. This not my last album. This my black album. J Voice. Alam of God." Alam is his son's name. "My 14th studio album. Alam means the world of God. God is love, God is unity, we the best. FYI, Drake's back to work. So am I. This the one with 2 Drakes." This was actually towards the end of 2024. He says, "For more info, praise God." And then Drake replies, Champagne Poppy that is, and he says, "Must be Drake Bell." He's like, "Yo, you ain't talking about me, are you?" And what would happen? Very soon after, this February of 2025, so he actually was February, that post gets deleted. And we see Khaled go radio silent. Now, he would attempt to drop a couple of songs in 2025. He would drop a song with Lil Baby, which, let's be real here. Come on now. Like, you think that was going to do something for you? He dropped a song with Lil Baby and Future on April 10th, actually. That was 2026. And that one did 6 million streams. So that didn't do too hot. And also a song, Brother, with Post Malone and NBA Youngboy that did 8 million streams. Yes, you're hearing that correctly. 8 million on Spotify. And this dropped on August 29th, 2025. So this is very shocking in regards to Khaled. It almost seems like his label doesn't give a F about him anymore, because they would not let a song flop like this. He also dropped a song with a couple of Jamaican artists who he's been big fans of, not only Buju Banton, who he's a huge fan of, but Mavado Vibes Cartel. We don't expect that one to do too hot domestically. So Khaled is in terror. And in the lead up, right before Drake dropped this album, Khaled, he had a Wegovy ad, it's just semaglutide, the Ozempic stuff, earlier in the year. He decided to flex a little bit of his weight loss 4 days before the release of Iceman on May 11th.
Alarm behind the camera, come closer. Total head moments. Now show them the shoes. Come closer to the shoes so they can see. Let them know what time it is. Let them know what time it is. Show them the watch. Let them know what time. Pull up, pull up. Alarm behind the camera. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Now back up, back up. Now show them Slim Jim, Slim Billy. Back up. Let them know. Let them see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, show them the Slim. You know what I'm saying? Alarm, you good?
Yeah.
All right, keep going. Now come back over here. Now come up here, right here. Now back up. That's right, man. It's mommy's day every day. But look, get Slim Jim though. But look, yo, honey, I gotta go buy all new clothes.
Oh my God!
I gotta listen. I gotta go buy all new clothes.
Yeah, he said he wanted to be called Slim Jim now. Well, after Drake's onslaught, Khaled would get approached in person.
Yo, free Palestine. Say it one more time. Free Palestine. He should love that spot.
So overall, this is a disaster, in part because Khaled is Palestinian and he has been quiet. And me personally, I've said that we don't know Khaled's situation, and I guess maybe I'm not as judgmental, but publicly speaking, what Khaled is going through is not good. His comments are limited. He snaked Drake. That's my belief, because some people will have something else to say about it, and they'll say, well, he got back with Future. Like, Khaled just sat back and didn't say anything. Well, here's the difference. And I wrote about this on X. And I said, I don't think Drake felt betrayed by Khaled, because Future didn't say anything during the entire beef either. And I think it's that he realized how selfish of a person Khaled was, despite all that he had done for him and the length of their relationship. It's really confusing because you expect somebody like Khaled, and I use Rich the Kid as another example, who are able to get huge collaborations and songs for their size to presumably have great people skills. I mean, how the hell does Khaled get a Young Boy and a Post Malone song as well? Rich the Kid is one of the few people to talk to Frank Ocean when he was MIA, get a full mixtape with Wayne, and get Kendrick Lamar on a feature in a time when Kendrick Lamar wasn't really popping out like that. And with Khaled, to think that he could just pop out and say that he's got new Drake tracks after he said that in 2023, disappeared in 2024, without meeting up with Drake in person during the entire beef, without stamping that Drake is certainly not messing with kids. We don't even know if he had a conversation with... We know he didn't have a conversation with Drake because Drake wouldn't have commented that if that was the case. And he's known him for all these years, going back 15 years, his relationship with Birdman going back even before Drake. It was a monumental mess up. So that's why I think it was one of the most selfish things we've ever seen happen in public. And funny enough, I feel like this was also partially a diss towards Roc Nation as a whole, because Khaled would post on May 14th, right? May 14th, the day before Drake drops this, a collaboration with Chelsea.
Two icons. You see it. Chelsea. Roc Nation. Chelsea, New York. Chelsea, London. Let's go.
So Chelsea FC, or Chelsea Football Club, they announced a strategic partnership with Roc Nation Sports International, making a significant step in the club's ambition to accelerate growth and deepen fan engagement across the United States and beyond. Now, if you guys remember in the Epstein files, which is something that is referenced by Drake in the album Iceman, they were saying like, yo, if you want culture, if you want domestic culture in the US, you go to Khaled. He's going to make that happen. And not Khaled, excuse me. You go to Jay-Z, who's very close with Khaled. Khaled is under Roc Nation. So for him to drop Iceman the day after this announcements, I think he's stepping on it. And I think he 100% knew. And this is also coming in the same year of the World Cup that's supposed to be happening in the US, Canada, and Mexico, I believe. And you even got win a signed shirt by Khaled, the Chelsea FC Football Club. And Chelsea's a pretty big football club, if I'm not mistaken, from the UK, right? So they're trying to expand in the US. But I believe this marks a big and scary shift in Khaled's career because, like you guys remember, when Youngboy was blackballed in the game, when Dirk was dominating, nobody wanted to work with Youngboy because Dirk was hotter. He was more poppin'. Youngboy was locked up. Or Youngboy was on house arrest. So Youngboy, even though he doesn't want many collabs, people weren't jumping at the opportunity to be seen around him. But when Lil Durk got locked up, and it seems like he will never be getting out, at least to these guys, and Youngboy's out and on tour, and his tour is the hottest thing smoking, all of these rappers all of a sudden are showing up at his shows, backstage, trying to get buddy-buddy with him. In similar regards to Drake, Drake's back with Future. Future's cool with everybody, or everybody wants to be cool with Future. Future's still one of the top rappers. And Drake's clearly made his comeback with this album. The dirt is off of his name. People don't care. These songs are going to be hits throughout the summer. And what does that mean? Well, if you want to get back cool with Drake, you better not be on Khaled's album. You're supporting his op at that point. And I don't think that Drake is necessarily going to penalize people for working with Khaled, but I do think proactively they're going to say Khaled's radioactive, and Khaled is somebody that needs people. Khaled's not going to hop on a track and rap. He's not a young boy. He's not a rapper in general. He can't get lit by himself. He needs other artists. And even if he's willing to pay money to get these artists as features, I don't think they're willing to do it because of how it may harm the relationship with Drake or 1 degree of separation from Drake. Because all of the rappers that are 1 degree of separation from Drake that are cool with him may not mess with you either if you go and link up with Khaled. And just as we've seen from the pitiful performance of the last 2 songs that Khaled has put out, it might even look like his label is done with him right now. So he might just have to be, just commit to the Ozempic. I was saying that he might start stress eating all the weight back after this incident with Drake, because you can't do press now. You're going to be asked about that. And that's the position that he's put Khaled in, because now Khaled's in the position where you're 100%, you got to get asked about this Palestine thing. You're already getting approached by it in public by people. You have your comments limited and you don't want to get approached by that or answer anything to do with that. And then they're going to ask you, well, what happened with Drake? And what are you going to say? Oh, like I love him. Like, you can't do the fake act. And Drake's like forced Khaled out of this hole to where we finally will either see Khaled shut up, stay quiet, and not say anything, or we're going to see him have to show the real side of him and get out of this character that he's put on as a performance for the better part of 10 plus years since he really got on Snapchat and became more popular than ever as like a global celebrity. But I think he's just going to be like a face. Just like a corporate face for things like Roc Nation and, take a photo here and things like that. But musically, I think this might be the nail in the coffin for him. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think it's deserved? Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.